Morning YouTube, it's another brew day, and today we're brewing our own first all grain recipe called CalifornIPA. Just got the water in, warming up now. I'm probably going to get some coffee on and breakfast made while this does.
Okay then, brew tubers, you'll see behind me the other two brew boys working away very scientifically, creating all of the water with the minerals and chemicals required to produce the perfect beer. So I just thought to take this opportunity to take a break from that. Water's heating up, it's about 30 degrees. It's going to take a good 10-15 minutes to come up to temperature. I've got to be honest, firstly, they got me up 8:30 this morning to warm some water up, and I'm rather hungry, no breakfast, and they're the experienced ones. They know quite a bit about how to put together this perfect IPA, which is the CalifornIPA. So I'm going to treat them. I'm going to get a McDonald's, order it from Just Eat, and hopefully they'll be keeping busy and active and full throughout the rest of the day. Double sausage and egg McMuffins all round.
The minerals, because we use reverse osmosis water with the minerals taken out. Get this quantities from Brewfather. So just going to drop these in, turn off the pump. And they'll dissolve. In there.
So we've all made it inside. It's pretty chilly out here, still early in the morning. But it turns out that you shouldn't order all of your ingredients for your beer after you've had a few beers, because it turns out that ingredients get ordered incorrectly. That's for our experimental IPA, so it certainly is going to be mental and definitely an experiment. We're now at 48 degrees. McDonald's is ordered.
So after a 20-minute wait, the water's now at 70 degrees. Time to put in the grains. Not forgetting to set this down to the mash temperature now, or the strike temperature. Pause, temp, and go down to 65. Plate and turn off the 1900 watt heater. So what we're doing now is we've just heated the total quantity of water, and we're going to drain off our sparge water into this container here. We do that because that way we know we're going to end up with exactly the right amount of water at the end. So James just drained off 7 litres. Smashing in now with, I think, about 5.5 kilos of grain. We'll put the recipe in the description below if anyone's interested. So that's all the grains in. We'll get a good stir now. Make sure we've got all the dry bits nicely moist. On our last two brews and last 2 videos, we started recircling straight away, but I had some good feedback that says maybe just leave it for 10 minutes for the grain bed to settle. So we'll try that this time. Hopefully we can up the efficiency somewhat, although we weren't too bad before. So the Uber Eats delivery of sausage McMuffins has just turned up. Excellent. So that's 10 minutes elapsed, and we just turn on the pump now to start recircling, and we just keep an eye on it to make sure that the level's not rising up here too much, which it probably is. So I'll just turn that flow down a little bit, maybe so like that, and then when we're happy we'll put the lid back on, leave it for the remainder.
Just another little stir, make sure it's all mixed in. Looking really good. Temperature sat at 63.
So you may have noticed the clamp on there. So we did knot these at the start, and water flooded out. So just put a little clamp on, keep that nice and secure. I think it's all a bit of a learning process. Again, so we're about an hour and a half in. We've got 20 minutes left on the mash. It's a lovely sunny day, and so we've got some music outside. What a great way to spend the Saturday. There's hops ready to go. It'd be good if you could have smell-o-vision, because they smell amazing. So we've got Columbus hops, 14 grams, and we've got Summit hops, 15 grams. And this is how they come packaged from Getter Brewed. They're ready to go in for this 60-minute boil. We're just coming to the end of the mash, and the end of mash out. We'll go outside and start the sparge. Sparge water. For the sparge, we're just going to fit the top screen so it gets a more even flow over the grains. Theory. So this water is at 77 degrees, 77 I think, yeah. And just gently pour it over the top. And this will wash the remaining sugars out of the grains into the wort. Obviously you don't need any fancy equipment for this. You could have some nice sparge water heater, but we get by with just a big pan and a plastic jug, does the same job. So now the sparge is just draining down. We've turned up to boiling temperatures. What we've done here, you can't really see, but the hop spider's in there, and we're just running the pump to recirculate through the hop spider, and that'll catch any bits that have got through the bottom of the grain tube. When we come up to the boil, we'll take out. When we come to the boil, we'll stop that recirc pump, and we'll take out the grain tube. This is the grain tube. It's just sat in this big pot, so that'll continue to drip through there. And when it's finished, we can transfer whatever it's caught back into the wort. So we get all the sugars we can possibly get from this. So this is the wort now. It's just coming up to the boil. As said before, just recirculating through the hop spider to just try and catch any of the bits that have got through the bottom of the grain. We're just going to take a little sample of the wort now. We'll be able to see if it's got any funny off flavours, and hopefully be able to see if it's tasting alright. And we use this sample as well, take a gravity reading, pre-boil gravity.
Yeah, it tastes fine.
Excellent. It's just taking a pre-boil gravity reading. And we're looking for 1049, and we've got 1049. So gravity reading is looking good, so hopefully that should make this IPA about 6.2%, which is what we're looking for, so obviously doing something right. So as we're approaching the boil now, you've just got to be careful that it boils over, so as the proteins coagulate together, it can get a boil over, but that's quite easy. You can just get your paddle in there and stir it about, and that'll break it up. So just keep a watch as we approach boiling. Just coming up to the boil now, so just keep an eye on this. Just turn off the 500 watt heater. So these are the 60-minute hop additions going in now. We'll leave that. I'm going to start the timer. this is what it's all about here in my garage. Just pouring a pint of my last one, which was a Tiny Rebel IPA. As they say, when brewing homebrew, you must drink homebrew. Lovely.
Yeah, of course.
Cheers.
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 To brew day. Ready?
So we've got 15 minutes of the boil left, so we're going to just put in the cooling coil just to sterilise it. About 15 minutes of the boil. We've got the protoflock in.
There's protoflock going in 15 minutes ago.
Okay. Like a little Alka-Seltzer.
So while we're waiting for the boils to finish, we're just having a quick glass of this. This is Tiny Rebel Urban IPA, brewed about 3 weeks ago. It's been 1 week out of the fermenter. It's very nice. It's crisp, hoppy. We missed the gravity a little bit on this one, and I think we've improved the processes, because this should have been 5% and it came out at about 4.2. But we've had a look at what we've done. We've had some advice, and I think it was mainly due to pulling the sparge or finishing the sparge too early, and we wasted quite a lot of the wort there, and ended up topping up with fresh water. But that said, it's very nice. So this is something to be wary of. We put the cooling. It stops now. Put the cooling coil in. And it's spurting the water out, but obviously that could be coming out boiling hot, so we'll just stay away from that and just let it do its thing. Just something to be wary of. It's a bit dangerous.
Take it out slowly.
Boil complete. You got. Yeah.
Just letting all the water drain through the filter. Takes a bit of time. It looks like the protoflock's done its job anyway.
You can see that over the steam, we've got the whirlpool going. There's gravity reading the end 1057, I think. We're supposed to hit 1055, so we've done really well there. Happy with that. Just leaving this to clear up now and settle a little bit before we rack off into the fermenter.
Right then, brew boys, take a look at that. Lovely wort ready to go into the fermenter.
You ready?
Right then, John, you ready to go?
See how much we get.
So that's going in at 24 degrees. Move out the way.
That's cover these. Yeah, you see my reflection there? Yeah, I see. Yeah, this is what I wanted.
Well, it will have dropped a couple of degrees.
Just falling through the cold air.
Yeah. I will just say it's not all glamour. Cleaning away. Key to a successful brew. Beer?
Yeah.
Cheers then, boys. So, BrewBoys UK, I believe quite a successful day brewing. Probably helped by a couple of beers in the afternoon, and also with the, dare I say, the McDonald's breakfast this morning. But how do you think it went, John?
So that was our third brew. I think it's the best one yet.
It's an original recipe by himself.
Yeah, this is officially James's James's beer. This one. So Hopefully it works.
We're going to have a competition so you can make the best beer, so this was my attempt.
So as is everything nowadays, there's an app for everything. So we can just have a look through here and see how we did. So we're aiming for an original gravity or post-boil gravity of 1055, and we actually got 1057. And we increased our efficiency from last time from 69% to 74%. So using some of the hints and tips we've got from Facebook and from the comments on YouTube, we've actually made that a far more efficient brewing process, and we've extracted far more of the sugars. And we'll get a larger quantity. I think we've got about almost a litre extra of beer at a higher ABV than we were planning to get. So that was all good. Thoughts? Look forward to the next one. Look forward to drinking it.
Yeah, it's gone really well. The colour's right what we wanted. ABV hopefully probably stronger than we intended, so two lessons learned. We'll take through to the next one.
I think that was 5 hours. It would probably take considerably less than that to drink the beer once it's done. So please press the like button and subscribe, and look out for our next video, which hopefully is going to be a tasting, isn't it, of the world's strongest beer.
Yep, strength in numbers by Brewdog at 57.8%.
So eyes out for that one. Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
You'll do. Turn it off. Right.